Turn Dwayne Hobson here, and I am shooting a quick video. And this topic is about what items to buy off Ali Express or DHgate or from China, and what items to not. So I'm putting together a soccer glove for my son. So I'm not saying the item came from from China or something like that, but it just gave me this idea on I think it'd be a good topic on what items to buy off from overseas.
From China, DHgate,
It's
or
not
all them other Chinese places you just named. That is from America. This is not from China.
My bad. All right, so the first item that I wouldn't buy from overseas are medical products, because if that medical product injure you, most likely it could be a medical malpractice case, or obviously be a product liability case. But if it's overseas, who are you going to sue? That's a good question. You can sue, but the first problem is who you going to sue, and do they got enough insurance coverage to sue you, not to sue you, to pay you. Some more points on what I was speaking to yesterday. So when I left out, the first thing that I would not buy from Ali Express or overseas is medical devices. And number one is, as I mentioned on my video earlier, who are you going to sue? You can sue them, but I think it's a whole difficult situation trying to sue somebody overseas and trying to find out who sold to you here in America if you buy it through Ali Express. Number two, why I wouldn't purchase a medical device, because it could be counterfeit, because it's made, it's the medical device that you're trying to get is made in China by the same factory and it looks like the same device that's on sale in America. It could be counterfeit. We don't know it's real. Number three, another reason why I wouldn't buy it is because it's lack of, any kind of regulation for the device. We don't know the regulations they got in China when it comes to making it. Because it's counterfeit, they could be cutting corners. So do not buy any kind of medical devices that you use for your health from China. I would not buy that from Ali Express, because I just feel like you can sue them, but I just feel like it's going to be hard to sue them. All right. The second thing I would not buy from Ali Express when it comes to for legal reasons, and all the same reasons, I just feel like you're going to have a tough time suing these people from another country. You can do it. You can do it. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just feel like it's going to be harder. I wouldn't buy anything super duper expensive. Like, I would buy something, I probably would spend no more than $150, $200 on something on Ali Express. Anything super expensive, like $500, let alone suing them, return it. I just feel like it'd be a whole lot to try to return it. And so I would not buy anything super expensive. Then also, I wouldn't buy anything that you're going to use on something super expensive. Okay? For instance, when I was looking for a CSS adapter for my Tesla, so I can charge on CSS DC fast chargers. And instead of buying it from Ali Express, I bought one off Amazon. It may have still been cheap, but I feel it might be. I think it's easier for me to sue somebody who sells something on Amazon that's in America versus suing somebody on Ali Express for something. So I wouldn't buy anything super expensive, and I wouldn't buy anything that you're gonna use on something super expensive. Last thing I would not buy from Ali Express is anything for a child or a toddler, other than like a normal knockout toy. Like, like let's say I see nothing wrong with buying a cheap knockoff. Like, my son likes moon balls. If I say some moon balls at Ali Express, I'd buy it. I wouldn't think twice about it. I wouldn't care. But I wouldn't buy anything that's for a toddler or a baby or a child that they might sleep in. I would just think twice before I buy anything for a child on Ali Express. If it's like a toy, a cheap toy. I wouldn't buy an expensive toy. I'd buy some cheap toys on Ali Express. But I would not buy like a crib, a car seat, anything like that. No balls. I wouldn't buy anything for a baby, honestly. Anything for a toddler. Maybe for a child over the age of 5 and only a cheap toward that. So last thing I would not recommend you buying on Ali Express is anything for a baby or a toddler. And no cribs, no car seats, no balls, none of that. Because it goes back to my previous point on medical devices. Because we don't know if things been built up to regulation standards for the U.S. and we don't know, the safety or the safety features that they're claiming for whatever they're selling is true. And it goes back to customer service. Something goes wrong with who you're gonna call. They say they got customer service when it's time to use it. They might not email you back or call you back. Then of course it goes back to my big huge point. Who do you sue? It's gonna be so hard to sue if unfortunately something happens to your child and you need to sue for injuries. I definitely would buy anything for a baby or a toddler. And so this is not a knock against AliExpress. We all use it. I'm probably going to buy some more stuff from AliExpress in the future. I was actually looking at buying some cheap computer parts on AliExpress. I haven't done it, but I was thinking about it because some video said that some computer parts seem to be legit. But man, I would buy anything for my child, any kind of medical devices, and anything over $150, $200. I would not buy it off AliExpress. And so, and again, those are the legal reasons why. Just plain simple. Who are you going to sue? All right, guys, let me know in the comments what would you not buy from AliExpress overseas. You don't have to be AliExpress, DHgate, Alibaba, all that. No, what would you not buy from overseas? Comment below. Let me know. And I appreciate you guys. I see y'all in the next one.
All right, taking the flag. Take it off. Take it off.
Ah, cool. Got it done.